just come to Facebook, hang out with us. To you. Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Whose happy birthday is it? Content's Prophet, yeah. Happy birthday to you. Yes.
Hey, I'm Luis.
And I'm Luis.
And you're listening to the Content is Profit podcast,
where we talk about entrepreneurship, mindset, and of course, how to turn your content into profit.
That's right. So go to contentsprofit.com and join the community. That's right. Also, we want to have fun with you, so that's why you should go there.
Yeah, you're skipping too many things, but it's okay, because today I'm in a good mood. Why am I in a good mood?
I don't think it's because you've had food, because you haven't had food yet.
Yeah, I'm definitely not hungry, which is good.
I know,
but
that's good.
I am happy because it is the Content is Profit 2-year anniversary. Let's go.
Yes, actually, to the day, I think, right? Like, I mean,
literally to the day.
To the day.
March 18th is the Content is Profit anniversary. This is when we publish our very first episode.
What tables have changed quite a bit, or
I mean, literally, we've had plenty of tables where we've done the show, but yeah, it has been a journey.
Yeah, it has been quite a journey, and congrats, man. I mean,
congrats.
This has been one of the most like consistent things that we've ever done, and I think is one of the best things that we've ever done. So
I know.
Thank you for those moments that you pushed me to do the episodes when I didn't want to do the episodes.
Same.
I think it was like 2 out of 200 and something.
I know. I think we have a good streak going on. We did, full transparency, we did miss a few episodes. We took a break once in a while. But honestly, looking back at it, 257 episodes in 2 years, 3 episodes a week, countless conversations, amazing, valuable lessons.
Yeah.
What a journey.
What else have you done 257 times?
I don't know, something that we cannot disclose on the podcast. What is up,
what
RJ?
A good question.
Yeah. Let's switch it up. Curveball right there. Let's go somewhere else.
RJ, how you doing? By the way, RJ, massive shout out to you, my man, because you also have an incredible show with interviews, and you've been crushing also on consistency.
Yes.
And I think that's what's fun about the Content is Profit community. Everybody that has been joining, it's on the freaking crushing. The freaking crushing.
Yeah, absolutely. But before we start with the actual episode, what we're going to talk about today, first of all, is we're going to be sharing the one lesson that each one of us has from the journey. Not our favorite lesson from all the guests, because honestly,
so many.
It's difficult to choose.
We have a full encyclopedia of books that are we've talked about releasing.
Yeah, the Content is Profit Encyclopedia is gonna come out eventually.
Yeah.
But I think we've learned a lot also through the whole process.
Yeah.
And we're gonna explore those lessons. But before we do that, then we need to sing happy birthday.
No, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Nope, not right now.
I thought that was what
we're gonna get
do.
banned from the platform. We don't know if we can actually license that thing. But anyways, if you wanna listen to
it was a fun music.
If you wanna listen to us sing it, just go join the community.
Join the community. Follow us on Instagram at BIZBROS Co. Luis D. Camejo or Luis Camejo V.
LUISDA. LUISDA.
I don't even know your Instagram.
Come on, LUISDA.
I don't even follow you.
Just put Luis, and then the more handsome one you can add. Anyways, FONZI.
You can.
Can we? Okay, let's just end the episode. This is.
I'm kidding.
You know what's happening.
This is like a roasting session.
Do you need to go eat?
I need food. Yeah, we're roasting each other on a 2-year anniversary. Let's go.
What's your most your better set or? Wow, your better lesson.
My better lesson.
Your better lesson.
My main takeaway.
The main takeaway of producing a show that has 257 episodes, that has been running for 2 years, has been the main pillar on how do we build relationships.
Yeah. It's actually difficult to just have one. So I'm just going to share the ones that come to my mind right now. I have a few actually that I thought previously, but then as we speak, I'm like, there's so many. I cannot just pick one.
Can you pick one and then I'll go with another one?
We do one and one?
Yes.
All right. Choke the mic.
Choke the mic. Hashtag choke the mic.
So lesson number 1, obviously, we've talked about this a lot, but is the value that comes with consistency. So many times the message right now in the market a lot is the strategies, the tactics, do this and that, and then you're going to get results. That quick win mindset, that is very dangerous at the end of the day. we need that compounding interest, long-term action. And that is what we've done with the podcast. And the results speak for itself, right? I mean, we did have a few quick wins, don't get me wrong, when we started, which was absolutely amazing. And it really helped us with the motivation to keep going.
Yeah.
That was very key. But at the end of the day, there was actually moments where we saw no results whatsoever. Yeah. But we stuck with it. And then we built some incredible relationships. We've grown our business because of some of those relationships that we've built. And
significantly,
we have an incredible announcement that is coming next week, March 23rd. Put it in your calendar. And it's all thanks to sticking with it and being consistent.
That's right. And that's massive. That's like a potential. Should I say the number? Because like I think like with like this world of internet marketers, how can we measure success? For us, obviously consistency is a mag one. I'm not gonna say a number. It's massive.
Yeah, and by massive, he's just saying massive number. What is he talking about? He's talking about potential profits for the show, for the business. There's actually a great opportunity that came our way. We're very, very excited. We're gonna share it again, March 23rd. Thank you, Bum. Really appreciate it. Make sure you put it in your calendar. March 23rd, we're going to be sharing the news.
That's right.
Maybe we'll have a special show for that day, something a little bit longer than the usual hour. Our team is going to love repurposing that.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a submission. Anyways, okay, you stole my answer because consistency has probably been one of my favorite things to talk about and do it. But I think the change of perspective, when we first started the show, we started it with and we've fought this for a long time, the scarcity mindset, right? We started the show from a place of fear, from a place of crap, we have 60 days, what are we going to do? And even though that was a great motivator to get it going, I don't think it was probably the right space, like mind space to do it. And then because of the immediate thing was like the cash, right? We talk about the fastest path to cash on a business side. Obviously, we need cash flow to survive. Absolutely, yes. But at the same time, it can constrain you with the potential of what a publishing platform can do for you. So to me, the relationships that we've been able to build have been nothing but incredible.
I feel like either I'm losing audio right now or I'm going deaf.
I can hear you just fine.
You can hear me fine? All right, cool. I'm sorry.
It's fine. We're not going to miss you if you go away. But yeah.
That was so dark.
If you go away from the podcast, let me try to find.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm kidding. I've actually thought about that. I actually thought, I'm like, what if FONZI travels the world and we cannot do this because his energy level is not the right energy level like we've done in the past?
Tangent alert. Tangent alert. Let's get back. Let's get back on track.
Okay. Back on track. So the relationships, right? Like at first, and I know it sounds fluffy and it's funny because when we talk about this with whether that's a client or we're on a discovery call or somebody and they ask us about the value of the podcast and how to measure success. And this is always one of the things that I mentioned at the very beginning. And a lot of people try to measure success attaching something with money, right? Like how much is that relationship worth? Who cares, right? Like for us, we decided to go into the approach of we're going to build these relationships if it feels good. If obviously we do our research, we know about 80% what we're getting into with the conversations. There's some people that have been on the show that some of them maybe were somebody different that we thought they were, but we've never had any issues. And for those that are really positive relationships have always resulted in something positive for the business, whether that's referral, working together, deals, partnerships, different things that honestly, have helped us.
Having the coolest friends ever.
Yes.
And we talk about that with Justin on his podcast, right?
Yeah.
He asked us, I don't remember the exact question, but it was kind of like, what do you want out of the podcast? And he's like, dude, we just want cool friends.
Yeah. And it's funny, I have the analogy the other day. It's like, for those that play soccer or football, there was a discussion about changing the rules of the game a couple of years back, and they introduced like this technology to call fouls and different things. And a lot of people were against that because it was breaking the kind of like the tradition of the sport, right? The randomness sometimes of those decisions. Yes, there was some room for corruption, different things like in games, whatever, they were buying decisions. But anyways, there's a lot of friction there. And there's a conversation happening in the podcasting world of the metrics and how hard it is to grow a podcast or how hard it is to measure success on the podcast. How can we do it? And that's maybe when, if you're a business trying to go into this publishing platform vehicle, it's sometimes hard to make a decision because of that reason, because it's not so connected to metrics and different things, right? I vote for leave it as is because it's such a pure way to communicate, to build relationships, and you completely detach for any kind of metrics that could potentially build a wall between you and a great relationship. So keep it as is. I think that's so important. We actually we had a meeting last Wednesday and with a podcast producer that are doing a show for a tech company. And it's funny because when we ask, one of the first things that we ask normally is like, what is the goal of your content? How do you measure success? And the answer that they gave us was, we want to take over the world. And I thought that was such a cool answer because there's so many ways to take over the world in a very positive way. And it was not attached to any metrics of downloads, any metrics of performance, right? Because at the end of the day, if we see that, we're going to make decisions based off of that. Mm-hmm. And then maybe the essence of the show or the essence of the personalities, the essence of the message will change like we've seen in many other ways. So I can continue down that rabbit hole, but I want to turn it back to Fonzie. Fonzie, what's another one?
Thank you for throwing me the ball back. I'm trying to put some quotes as we speak, trying something different here for a 2-year anniversary. Sure. Let people know what the lessons are. Now, my next lesson is do it your way.
Oh, that's good.
That's right. I'm right here. Do it your way. What do I mean with that? Well, when we started the show, we knew that we wanted to do something a little bit different. We just didn't want to sit down and maybe make it boring. Yeah. But at the same time, we didn't know exactly what we wanted to do. As the show progressed, we started discovering the value of bringing guests, right? But not just bringing them in a very formal way, but actually having fun with them and having a conversation rather than just an interview, right? We're like, oh yeah, let's lean more into this. We don't want to just ask questions and then sit there and we want to have a exciting conversation, right? Yeah. We want to pop jokes once in a while in there, right? Maybe slightly offend the guests to see how they react. No, I'm kidding. But
just slightly offend me sometimes, Fonzie.
I can slightly offend you. Yeah, that's fine. You can slightly offend me too. I'm okay with that. Then we started discovering, let's do epic intros where we make them laugh and they're having a good time, right? So all these things are things that we did it our way. We didn't actually picked it up from any other shows. Sure, there's ideas or triggers from other things that we learned wow, that's a good idea. That would be cool. And then how can we make it our own? And the story that resonates the most with this is, and we've shared this on the podcast plenty of times, but is when we were in that mastermind and we were sitting down listening to one of our mentors. We love him, right? But at the same time, we understood that, wow, people obviously teach based on their experience and what they know, and that necessarily is not always the right answer, right? It could be the right answer for many, don't get me wrong, but it's not always. There could always be a different way. And we ask him, okay, we're going to start producing, right? We're going to start creating content. Who should be the attractive character of the business? Is it the two of us? Do we need to pick one? And he thought about it for a little bit. I think it was a situation that he's not used to. And I don't think anybody in that room was used to that situation because most people, I feel like they try to grow their business on their own and then they bring a partner or something, but they're still the main character. And the two of us, I feel like we are the main characters of BIZBROS and Content is Profit.
That was a fist bump for those listening.
Yeah, for those, we just fist bump pretty epically, or rings connected at the exact point of epicness. Now, we asked that question, and our awesome mentor, he was like, well, I think you guys should pick one of you. One of you should be the attractive character. Yeah. And we were like, oh, wow. Okay, cool. No worries. But then when we started publishing, we decided to just go the two of us. We're like, it's probably going to be easier, right? We're just going to start talking, having a conversation. Let's check it out. And as it evolves, one of the main comments that we receive from guests and from listeners are that they love the dynamic between the two of us. They tell us I love the fact that you're brothers and you're doing this together, right? I don't think nobody ever has mentioned like, oh wow, you should probably do the show by yourself. I don't think you're more talented than your brother and you should have your own show. Even though everybody knows that I should have my own show.
Not that you know, I might or might not. You know, I can't confirm or deny I've had those conversations.
You already have a show. You have one of those.
I already have an undercover show that.
You have one of those like faceless shows. That'd be pretty funny.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. Honestly, I would support you if you do that, just so you know. I wouldn't be devastated or anything. I'd be like, let's go, bro.
We talked a little bit about Morning Fire.
Yeah,
I wanted to do it at 4 a.m.
I mean, I would potentially have coffee serendipity, right? Serendipitous coffee. I think we can eventually, you know, kind of like
try those things. I know somebody
dip our toes into some different waters.
I had a meeting today with somebody that's potentially going to help us in the business, and she was like, what's the vision, right? And I'm like, oh man, we've had this question lately a lot. Justin's show too.
Yeah.
And you know, with the shows, we have like 5 shows down the pipeline that we really want to go execute and crush it, right? We have, I'm not going to actually mention the ideas, but it's there. Like the full concept is ready to go and rock and roll. We just need to deploy the system, right? But again, we haven't done it because next week on the 23rd is a massive announcement that we have to share with everybody. So stay tuned. Come join us live. All right. You good, Fonz? You done with your quote?
Yeah, that was mine. Do it oh no, I'm not done with the quote, but I was gonna say that's my next lesson was do it your way, and no matter what, like just be yourself. At the end of the day, yes, there's plenty of formats, plenty of things you can do out there. And I think sometimes we are so overwhelmed with the how should I do this, that we forget kind of like, or who am I and how do I want to show up in here, and then just do it that way. And full transparency, we weren't like that from the beginning. I feel at the beginning we might have been, you know, like everybody else says it, awkward at points. But
we're still awkward.
We're still super awkward. But I do feel that we gain our confidence faster, honestly, because of the reps. And I haven't got the sweaty pits in a while, so that's progress.
Good deal tonight.
Yeah,
maybe we get a sponsor.
Yeah, that would be funny. Personally, I think the reason why I would get sweaty pits is because I was nervous of what I was sharing.
Ooh, and that's deep.
Yeah, literally, that's why I get sweaty pits, is because I get nervous of, what other people are gonna say about me? What are they gonna think about my comments?
Have you reached your fuck it moment?
My fuck it moment. I don't think I reached my full on embrace fuck it moment, but I do feel good, and my sweaty pits feel great. My non-sweaty pits.
Your non-sweaty pits feel great.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm sure the shirts too.
Yeah, no, the shirts love
it. Anyways, okay. So quick recap: we have lesson 1. You know, the value of consistency, your relationships. Do it your way, and then for me, and I think maybe we can wrap up with this 2 and 2. Is remove the friction. I think that has been the difference of us executing so consistently most of the weeks 3 times a week, is because we decided to build it, obviously listening to FONZI our way, but also identifying on the production level these elements that will add friction to the process and will prevent us from putting this message out there. So what are some examples? When we first started the show, Bruce and Bros, we had 2 cameras. We still had to edit. We had to like pair the audio with the video. We didn't know how to do that. We had to do a full hour setup. All these things that prevented us from recording more than 5 episodes. A lot of people start, and like with that story that FONZI mentioned, can be easily overwhelmed because they see these big productions, big podcasts that have massive reach. For good reasons, because they have been consistent, they have been doing it themselves, they have great relationships, right? So they see all these setups, these tools, these things, and yeah, granted, if you see our thing right now, you see a Rodecaster Pro right at the beginning. By the way, we're not affiliates, even though we would love to be affiliates. Please sell us equipment. These awesome mics, but literally this was a one-time investment that sat in the closet for a full year because it was so much friction, right? But those are tools that you can leverage.
No, the friction was not the tools.
Exactly.
The friction was the way we were using them.
Exactly. That good. Thank you, FONZI.
You know, kind of like communication. That's my thing.
Yeah, sure. But for us, the elements that add friction was we had to sit down after the show and edit this thing. We have to sit down after the show and chop it up. We have to sit down after this thing and match the audio. We're like, okay, how can we set it up So we literally jump on the table in camera, talk about what we want to talk, and then do post-production legit in 5 minutes, right? Because it could potentially take 5 minutes. It doesn't, because we have other steps in there that we've built over time. But at the very beginning, that helped us big time. But it was like, okay, it's live. At least we published the live episode. Worst case scenario, the show is up, right?
Yeah.
And then we literally transfer the audio as is. So that was a conscious decision. So as you explore either creating your show or improving your show, identify those friction points that don't allow you to produce. For example, another example is a client that we're about to start helping, which we're very grateful for. I can't name who they are, but they're massive. They're awesome. Recently, they came up with a lot of friction in their own process. Mm-hmm. One key player left, and the whole process went downhill.
Tumble down.
Yeah, and fractured every single bone. But it was because we started identifying what happened, and there was a lot of friction. There was a lot of steps. In some cases, they were overcomplicating a lot of the things, and we're going back to basics with them, and hopefully get them back on track, on schedule, and leveraging a lot of the things that they already do. So think about those elements. What are those? Let us know in the comments. Come into the community. Share them with everybody.
And I feel like remove the friction has become a mantra of sorts for things that we do now. We try to simplify, right? And at the end of the day, we are usually our own worst enemies. And we just like to overcomplicate everything. And I'm not saying we as just you and I. I'm talking about humans in general.
Yeah.
We just want to overcomplicate anything when in reality we can make it very simple, cut down the amount of steps, a big chunk, and then actually just take action.
That was a solid episode, Fonzie.
I know, I liked it. I think we should end with a happy birthday song.
No.
Here's my proposal. Let's end it with a happy birthday song, the one that you have on your phone, because I think it's good.
I don't know what the minute
is.
And
then if we feel it might get pulled out of the platform, I just switch it up with a different outro.
I lost it. There's
so many. Yeah. Is that one?
Is this one?
Yeah, but you gotta get the right minute. I don't remember the minute.
I can't remember the right minute. But anyways, okay, full recap before I try this.
There was actually a point that I wanted to kind of wrap this around, which is my brother was talking about removing the friction, and I wanted to help you listening right now. If you're asking yourself, how do I remove the friction, right? Or what are the next steps if I actually want to launch my show, leverage my show to build these amazing relationships? You need to learn a little bit about the publishing pyramid, which talks about all this, right? The publishing pyramid is literally the framework that came from reflecting on our publishing journey. We started looking back and we started seeing, this is where we tried to achieve things, where actually we realized most people try to operate at that level. And then we were trying to just complicate everything. Instead, we decided to start at the very bottom of the publishing pyramid, which is with the messaging, right? And our motto became quality of the message over quality of the production, just so we could put the stuff out there. And guess what? Eventually, the resources came our way. I'm gonna rephrase that. It didn't come our way. We looked for the resources.
Go listen to the last episode. What Funnel Land doesn't tell you, it has to do with this.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what I mean. We actually increased our resources, and then we could invest more into the production to make it look better. And that was my point.
All right, quick recap. The value of consistency, value of those relationships. Do it your way and remove the friction. If you have those 4 principles, I think we just came through a massive breakthrough on things on the show as well. That goes along the publishing pyramid. I think these 4 principles are really, really important when you start a publishing platform like this one, which, by the way, we have the 6-figure platform training available now. So if you want to go on a one-on-one or a group environment, let us know. Send us a DM with 6FP right on BIZBROS, and we're going to try to do this thing. Fonzie, you ready? Let's see if I can get it.
1 second. I was going to say thank you. Thank you for being here with us in this journey. Let's go.
Is this it?
I think so. I love this song. Let's go.
Oh, boy.
If you're listening to this, first of all, thank you for being part of the journey. This is a happy birthday song that we just found in SoundCloud. Hopefully it doesn't get flagged.
It's in my class.
Oh, yeah. It does sound like it's in my class.
Hey,
if you want to see us dancing, just come to Facebook, hang out with us. To you. Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Whose happy birthday is it? Contents Prophet, yeah. Happy birthday to you. Yes. Happy birthday to you, my friend. 257 episodes. Yeah. That's definitely not my forte. We're not gonna rap here. No, just close it down with that music. We're heading out, guys. Thank you so much for being part of the journey. We love you all.
We love you all. Contest Prophet. Stay tuned. Come in, hang out with us on the 23rd. Have an incredible rest of your week. Let's go. Yeah.
See ya. That was a pretty epic song. Just gonna throw that out there.
That was good.